Yo, afternoon, everybody. I'm making this video just to, give out some tips and hopefully show a nice, easy way to do the boss fight on the new zombie map Tomb. If people are struggling with a boss fight or whatever, just see what I do. Maybe you'll pick up some tips. Also, the Gogglegums that I pick are very, 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 very useful in this fight. And you will see that I basically make easy work of this boss fight. I found a really simple, easy strat to do. But before, obviously, I talk you through what I'm doing, I just want to, make you aware of, if you look at the top part of this boss arena, you'll see there's some statues. I'm walking past one there. There's a statue just there, look. And basically what the Sentinel artifact is trying to do in the boss fight is it's trying to rise up, and you'll actually notice that the laser, if you notice, the lasers will actually stop on one of those statues. Once it stops on one of those statues, the beam sort of goes from the Sentinel artifact to the end of the beam, which will be on a statue. And if it reaches the end, that's the creature that it spawns in. So what you want to do, because I don't know if the statues move around or if they're in different locations, but in my game, the algorithm was sort of open to the left there, just on the screen now. So under all circumstances, if the beam stops on that statue, just make sure you get rid of the Sentinel artifact before it gets a chance to charge its beam up. Because if you look there, look, it's going to try and charge in. I think it's crawlers. That ended on the crawler one, on the crawler statue. So just keep an eye out for where the Sentinel artifact is stopping, because obviously if you once it reaches the end and spawns that creature in, I think it constantly spawns that creature in for the duration of the boss fight. So you can actually make this boss fight a little bit easier on yourself by just keeping an eye on where the beam is going to go. Right. With that said, the beam itself, if it hits you, it's going to hurt, and it sort of kind of semi-stuns you. It certainly slows you down, and obviously you don't want creatures to be able to come and be up your ass sort of thing when that happens. So obviously just avoid the beam at all times. If the beam goes high, there's no problem with going low. You've got a big, massive middle area to stand in, and with the ice staff, you charge it up, you put it on the floor, and you've got this like protective sort of blizzard whirlwind thing going on. As you can see, I'm down in the middle, and all I'm doing is I'm walking around with the beams. It doesn't spin round that quick that you can't do it. And obviously, if you just keep walking around with the Sentinel artifacts, when there's only like one or two or whatever, then as soon as it goes back up, you've got the full arena again to yourself. Now, I will say, don't really try to walk around in the bottom bit when you've got 4 of them or 5 of them or whatever, because it probably can be a little bit difficult. But as you can see, it goes up top, and then all you need to do is just charge up your staff, and then you can drop like a safe zone, and then start shooting the Sentinel artifacts. On this occasion, I used a Kashmir. As you can see, it's very, very, very useful. And as you can see, I managed to take out 2 of them. I used the ASG 89, I think it is, shotgun. Super powerful when it's gold. When it's highest rarity and pack-a-punch level 3. It takes out elites like you wouldn't believe. It is insanely good for elites, as you're going to see very shortly. And when the Sentinel artifact actually goes into the monsters and you have to kill the monster that's chasing you, this thing absolutely melts. So the strat is, obviously, as long as you're staying behind a piece of wall, then you're sort of not going to get hit by the beam. So that's something to, just to keep an eye out for. As you can see, I got touched by the beam. I got slowed down. If it hit me again, it could damage me more. And then obviously, if the zombies are behind me, the zombies are going to slap me. They'll take my plates off me, my life down, whatever. So just keep out the way. As long as you stood behind a piece of wall, you've got plenty of protection. I was using this just to watch and see the Sentinel artifacts go back up. Like you can see, I just stayed underneath you know, it's not really dangerous underneath. There's no reason for you to not be able to stand underneath. And as you can see, look, it stopped on the statues. Now, the reason I chose this one, because once you've killed one on this stage of the fight, you can't hit any of the others. And as you can see, it's going to the statues, and one is a crawler, and one is the parasite. The other one is the monster that's a bit like the algorithm, but it's a little bit faster. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. And I'd rather deal with them than deal with an algorithm, because that grabs you. It can cause all many sorts of problems. And as you've seen there, the shotgun absolutely annihilates them monsters. Like, they do not stand a chance against the shotgun. The shotgun is just look at the health bars just getting absolutely obliterated. Now that monster's the one with the sentinel artifact in it, and that's the monster that we have to try and kill. That's what we're trying to go for. Now, if you notice, I don't use any of my Gogglegums. I don't use any of my ether shrouds or anything like that, because this stage is fairly easy. And because when it comes in a zombie, when the sentinel artifact is in a zombie, there's normally only other zombies around it as well. Obviously, I'm just keeping an eye on the beam because I don't want the beam to hit me. Obviously, you know, the zombies aren't really going to do much trouble. The only thing that is going to do trouble is sort of the likes of that. And as you can see, look at I use idolize. Look at me melt the life out of that zombie who just stands in front of me with the sentinel and artifact in front, like on him. So all you need to do is do that. As you can see there, couple of pumps, and that's the next stage done. Obviously, idolize only lasts for 30 seconds, so you do need to be fairly sharp with it. But it's basically a free ether shroud, basically. And you get to obviously just do what you want to do. Then, as you can see, it comes into the next creature. Now, these creatures are fairly fast, and if they hit you, they do actually cause like significant damage. I had one hit me, and it took all my shields off me. But because it stuns me or electrocutes me, I'm sort of like stood still. It then like just literally just took my entire life away. So I did actually fail this fight before, but I came back in, I brought in these Gogglegums. As you can see there, I'm just using Ether Shroud for the next stage. You know, once the monster's gone, just keep pumping away. Just, you know, obviously gets a bit hectic. Just keep an eye on them numbers. As long as you can see numbers coming out, you know you're hitting the Sentinel Artifact. And then, as you can see, I'm not really in any trouble. I think I've only been hit once or twice in the entire fight. Again, the shotgun is just such good crowd control. Once you get that initial ice staff down, quickly went and got the max ammo. Then obviously we've got the an algum with the sentinel artifact. Now this one's obviously a little bit more dangerous. I was hoping to get another ether shroud with power keg, the Gogglegum, because that obviously fully regenerates your special. And obviously he actually hit me there, and as you can see, stunned me. I used my ether shroud. The monsters kind of just run away and then stand still in a corner, which is quite silly. But I used obviously a cashmere just for a bit of crowd control on the normal zombies. Got that down, and then once you do this bit, as you can see, it's kind of gone quiet now, and like all the zombies and everything have just kind of stopped. So there's obviously a couple of stragglers which we're going to deal with very quickly. And again, you know, normal elites and stuff get frozen or slowed down by the ice staff. The only ones that don't get slowed down are the ones with the sentinel artifacts in them. And as you can see there, now this Gogglegum, I wasn't sure if this Gogglegum worked or nothing, but basically it's the one that ends the round, kills all the zombies off and all the elites off, so nothing can spawn in for the next minute or two, and it just gives me enough time, because obviously I'm solo and I've got no sort of Kashmirs out left to be able to shoot. Now there was 2 zombies there, and I don't know if that was just a lag out or something, but there was just 2 random zombies. And as you can see there, very, very easy boss fight. You know, wasn't really ever in trouble, and hopefully this, you know, shows you or gives you an idea for doing some tips. Maybe it helps you to do the Easter egg. I don't know. Obviously, it's not a guide to do the steps and stuff. It's just like if people are struggling to do the actual boss fight and they're unsure and they're thinking like, well, what's the best way to do it? And I'm going to just pause the video there because I don't want to spoil the cutscene for people. I'm sure you can go and find the cutscene somewhere else if you really want to watch it, but we're not going to end the cutscene on. I'm not going to show the cutscene. But yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying it. It's a fantastic map. It's a great map. Boss fight wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting after Citadel de Mars, epic bullet sponge, massive gargoyle type monster fight. I was expecting something a little bit more in the way of that, but all in all, it's a good map. I can see myself running high rounds on it. But like I said, hopefully, this has helped you. Think of some good things that might help you in your game. Hopefully, maybe you want to pick my strat and that helps you to do the boss fight if you're struggling. But that's it really. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And until next time, this is Warhawk out. Bye.